What is going on, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today I am doing a live stream today. Just doing a regular old live stream. I am going to be playing as I'm going to play as Mexico today, otherwise known as the United Mexican States. Which actually is surprising to me. I never knew they actually had that name. I always thought the official name of Mexico was Mexico. But no, they are actually called the United Mexican States. But for those of you watching in the future, I don't even see anyone joining. It's like negative 10 seconds. That's how my live streams start out now. It's kind of weird. Let's look at what we're doing right here. I'm going to go ahead and build one fossil energy plant in Sonora. Looks like we do have one person watching right now. So again, what is going on? And I am playing as Mexico today. So all I am really doing, I'm actually gonna be fighting the crime rate, and I am going to see what is gonna happen as I play. Goals here, maybe I can get the VAT tax up to 20%. What would happen if I were to want to... Nope. Nope. Okay, so if I wanted to put that at 0.5, okay, we have a 51% way of getting that passed, so we can do a TV address. I'm going to go ahead and add this to a reform, call this the Sonora reform. And then create the reform. So then at the same time, let's go ahead and reduce some taxes, especially for the middle class and the lower class. Whoa, 7, 8, 5, 8. Let's go ahead and add that to the reform. And then raise some respective taxes. Gonna go ahead and put this at a straight 8%. And then add that. Let's go ahead and see how it's looking in the parliament. I actually do not know what the Mexican parliament is called, but I usually just call it parliament because I'm used to calling it parliament. And then employer social security payments. How would that want to be passed? Looks like we do have some resistance from the right, but we do have support from our own party, so I'm going to go ahead and add that to reform so we can add some extra income. Tax on company turnover, let's go ahead and put that at a good 1.65. Go ahead and do another poll. You know what? 7. Let's get a good $1 billion off of that. Okay, so that is not going to be passed on its own, so it needs to be added to the reform. We have a good 64% approval for this reform to be passed, so let's go ahead and probably I'm going to go to the next day. And again, get some support from my own party. Let's go ahead and tax the companies higher. Wow, 36% company taxes, that's a lot. So add that to the reform. That should get our party to really like that. Really did reduce our budget deficit, but we still have a budget deficit to deal with. Let's go ahead and go to the next day and see how people take that. Employment is no, but purchasing power usually drives these tax reforms, so I only lost 0.6% in approval. So, and then, let's go ahead and go to the, wow. We have a very, very high crime rate. We will, definitely be doing this. declaring a state of emergency really does reduce crime, like nearly to none, I think, because I did that as China once in my whenever I declared a state of emergency, um, it really just dropped. What we can do, we can definitely add more security cameras. We can um, maximum blood. Um, hmm. We can put that at 0.5, but I mean, how can we fight crime? We have a very high violent death rate. We have, well, not the highest road accident rate. Um, Actually, we have it higher than the United States. But Libya, yeah, I wonder what's going on in Libya. It's making everyone crash their cars. We can hire more police officers, and we can put more funding into this. A lot of things that Mexico actually deals with is they actually deal with a lot of corruption. We have two terrorist groups here. We have the Mexican drug cartels and the Mexican Indian Alliance. One of them we can actually do surveillance on. So let's go ahead and start doing surveillance on the Mexican Indian Alliance. They're a communist regional thing. So they actually have they have no head of the organization. They have 80 power and 60 value on that. Um, to be honest, I think we're going to invest in bronze. It's not that much. We're only going to be doing some minimal stuff. How much would a silver actually cost? $2.37 billion in an 11 over the next 5 years. Silver is usually what I really want to go after, but we can start off with a bronze protection plan. Just kind of have like just a standard cybersecurity, which is actually really what you want to aim for in any country. Any modern nation, you want to go for silver. Because silver, definitely you really want to protect those vital infrastructures such as public safety, transportation, and suppliers of electricity, gas, and water. But right now we're going to go after a bronze security plan. And then $23 million, we're going to go ahead and invest in citizen awareness for cybersecurity. It should not be that much. We're not really gonna go bankrupt off of it. Actually, I just noticed that I did not change something, so I'm gonna go ahead and change the game and revolution. I did not change the game from Power and Revolution, from Hearts of Iron to Power and Revolution, so I had to change that. Launch a military cyber attack. Maybe we can invade Guatemala. What is their unemployment rate? Very low unemployment rate, actually. I think it is lower than ours. We have we actually have a pretty low unemployment. We can go ahead and look to the United States to sell some products. Okay. We can subsidize all of these sectors by $10 million. You know what? I'm going to do $20 million since it's not that expensive. All right, expenditures, our limit of our budget is going to limit our expenditures to only $300 billion. We're not going to go above $300 billion, and if we do, then we're going to have to impose some austerity. Increase police, yes, I know. We already have 400,000 police, which is higher than the United States. I mean, they have a bigger population. And we have a lower one than Liberia, but they have a smaller population. So I think increasing funding to a lot of these things is really what's going to help out. So especially local district police. So I think we can go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and invest $1 billion into my police. So I am going to, you know what? Illegal immigration is barely even a problem, especially since everyone's wanting to leave this country. So what we want to do is put 2 stars into public safety, 2 stars in a local district police, and 2 stars into internal affairs department. And then 1 star, I'm going to go ahead, actually 3 stars into Securities and Exchange Commission. Okay, 2 stars. So then Cybersecurity Task Force, we have 2 stars funding. Criminal investigation is nearly completely funded. Security of the head of state is pretty low. And then last but not least, I'm actually going to put $1.5 billion. So I'm going to go ahead and raise that. And then I'm going to go ahead and confirm this, that it did inflate our budget deficit to 2.47% of the GDP. What is going on? Hydra. I'm going to call it Hydra. So we just did put a lot of funding into our police to ensure that we actually can start lowering our crime rate. We also did subsidize agriculture.
Our best coders are our task force has.
So let's look at Parliament. We have a very diverse Parliament. What is going on, James Lee? And EJ, what is going on? So we have Mexican Democratic section. We have our party, which is a Socialist Labor League. What I actually might end up doing is switching parties. Wow, the United Ecologist group is actually center right. Democratic right. Do we have conservative rightist? Yeah, it's the smallest party of them all. 6 seats and 10 seats. Okay, it's the second smallest party. Is Mexico Democratic or no? I believe they are. Let's look here. They are a socialist party, but they have a presidential system and they are a federal republic. So they are basically democratic, but free multi-party system. Improve relations with the United States. I was actually going to invite President Donald Trump over here so we can start selling him some products. Hey, what's going on, Gabe Vogel? And Kenzo, what is going on? So I'm going to go ahead and meet with the President of the United States, so we can go ahead and
Our team.
Sell some products. Tourism professionals. Just go ahead and go to the next day, and then finally meet with the President of the United States. And then President Ronald Trump. Very kind. And let's sell him some cars. We have a lot of cars. $23 billion. Nice. So let's go ahead and get it to 32,000. 32,000. We can get it well above our purchase price and well below their sale price. So those are the kind of contracts you really want to do, especially whenever you're underdeveloped. Playing as the United States is very difficult because you cannot get a good contract with anyone, especially selling. So I am going to call this the Mexico US car deal. Let's go ahead and put that for 5 years, because I doubt I'm going to be even playing 5 years in this game. And then 26,000 for $26 billion. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and wish Gabe Vogel a good luck for his new semester in college. Good luck, though. And negotiate this. We have signed it. So let's go ahead and go for another car deal. Not a car deal, but we have building, housing, and roadway, which we have a very good surplus in. Again, we're going to go ahead and go for the same deal. Well above our purchase price, but well below their well above our sale price, but well below our purchase price. So that was 160. I'm gonna go for 153, just because I know they're gonna go ahead and accept our deal. We're gonna go ahead and call this the construction agreement. What is going on, Aaron? I am doing good today. Negotiate this. 122. I'm gonna go ahead and go for 145. All right, we have a good $28 billion contract right here. Let's go ahead and negotiate this. Let's go ahead and go for 130.95. That's $25 billion. Negotiate, and then we have accepted it. Thank you, Aaron. What kind of test did you take? All right, we got 2 good contracts with the United States. We have a very advantageous position that we have. So let's go ahead and look at chemicals. Chemicals, electricity, fuel. We can actually sell the United States fuel. We have a natural gas, I think. No, we're gonna have to go ahead and increase our production of natural gas. Huh. Controversial subject, guys. So what is y'all's positions on gun control in the United States? This does kind of go to a lot of American people, but if you're not from America, you can still have an opinion. What is y'all's opinion of this? Okay, 146. Let's go ahead and call this the utility. Call it the utility vehicle trade. And then negotiate that. 145. We have a very good buying position. So let's go ahead and sell off our utility vehicles. And then accept this contract. All right, let's go ahead and end this. We have just opened up 3 trade deals with the United States. We have very good contracts that we actually just negotiated with the United States. Not dark green heads, but they will have a moderate impact on our economies. But the price and the volume represents a significant improvement to our economy. Manufacturing this product is profitable enough to exporting it will not destabilize our economy. So that is for the automobile construction. Right here, we'll only create a few jobs. Manufacturing this product is profitable enough that us exporting it will not destabilize our economy. It's not high enough to really strengthen our economy. See, honestly, I watched the CNN town hall last night. Yeah, I watched that whole thing. It was crazy because honestly, like, I think, and I am actually commending President Donald Trump for what he did. He went to Twitter, and actually, let me find it right now. He went on Twitter, and basically announced, and he is actually running against the NRA on this. I'm going to go ahead and go to his Twitter page right now. And he basically said, let me look. Yeah, he actually said it. Hang on. He said it somewhere here. Okay, he said it right here. I will be strongly pushing comprehensive background checks with an emphasis on mental health, raised age to 21, and end sale of bump stocks. Congress is in a mood to finally do something on this issue. I hope. So basically, um, um, it's like he actually just came against the NRA because the NRA is like against raising the age of gun sales to 21, which I mean I think is actually a very very good idea because I went into a pawn shop one time and basically I'm under the age of 21. I'll admit that right here. And basically I would be able to buy a rifle before I would be able to buy a handgun, which honestly, for one, I think it should be opposite. And two, I think you should be one age to buy a gun, any gun. And I think that is retarded that you are able to buy a rifle before you're able to buy a handgun. We need to modernize our laws and we need to ensure that people like that kid who walked into that Florida school and shot and killed 17 people. That something like that is never going to happen again. And for people, for like even the NRA, to say that we need to support, or we need to keep it there because if you can join the army at 18, just like that woman said on there last night. In all honesty, I think she got tore a new one. Like her and Marco Rubio were slammed down so much during that whole thing, and I honestly thought it was stupid. The kids just were so biased, and I understand what they went through, and okay, I don't understand what they went through because I've never been in a situation like that. But honestly, those kids were not hearing them out. They did not want to hear them out. They didn't want to hear them because all they've been taught is that the Republicans are bad, the NRA is bad, and they didn't want to hear an opposing opinion. And all they did last night was boo, yell, scream, all that stuff. And I understand that they're mad, they want change and stuff like that. I honestly think we need change. In my own opinion, I do believe that the Second Amendment should be used for what it was made for, in which that the basic what do you call it thing that we have the Second Amendment for is that it's for it's basically for I'm trying to think of a way to say it. Aaron, come on, they're not being funded by the Democrats. I can understand why they're mad, because I mean, if I was in that situation, I would be mad too. But to say that they're being funded by the Democrats is stupid. But I did notice how the kids were booing the Republican and the NRA more than the Democrats. And honestly, I don't think we're going to have a Second Amendment in this country if kids like this take power, because kids like this they were cheering for basically no, Trump's not going to ban all guns. like if we have people like the kids that were there last night, basically we're not going to have a Second Amendment. And Trump is very pro-gun. Trump believes that the Second Amendment is one of the founding things of this country, and I believe that too. But basically, the kids were cheering for every gun to be banned, or not every gun. Like I think it was every assault weapon. But the AR-15s are not assault weapons. They fire a 223 round, and basically they are yeah. What are we gonna get done with the centrist party? Um, but yeah, like a AR-15 fires a 223 round, and that's basically the same kind of bullet that a long rifle would shoot, like a hunting rifle. Um, and honestly, I don't think that these kids like this, like my own generation, wants any kind of gun. They don't want any kind of gun, and I think that's stupid because like they're basically being taught that guns are only used for killing. They're not used for hunting. They're not used for this. They're not used for that. And I honestly think that's very dangerous. Because soon enough we're not going to have guns in this country. Um, honestly, teachers having guns. I will say this: I do not think that the United States. I don't think that President Trump was heard correctly. Because I watched like the second half of that listening session between him and survivors of school shootings, and basically he asked people and said, like, from things that I have heard that a good idea is to allow teachers to have guns. And he looked at both sides of the room and basically said that, like, who thinks that's a good idea? And then like one side of the room rose their hand. And then he's like, okay, so who thinks that's a very, very bad idea? And like another side of the room basically rose their hand. And I thought that was extremely cool and amazing to see the president of the United States do that. Because I never saw Bush, Obama, Clinton, even Reagan do something like this after he got shot. Like, and honestly, the whole thing about this is that like we're trying to find something to do with guns, and Trump actually had a listening session to see what we should do about guns. And the whole media was basically saying that Trump endorsed the use of guns in the classroom. While teachers are sitting there trying to teach, and then now they're thinking that they have to be educators and defenders of the classroom and stuff like that. No, Trump never said that. He never said that. He said he was asking around, asking who basically thought it was a good idea to have guns in the classroom to defend against school shooters like that. And like just like every single other time, he is basically being like shown as this like no good idiot who thinks that like the most radical things, which he's not. And I like I'm not trying to say that I'm for or against Trump. I'm trying to say that if you hear them out, if you hear people like this out, you can really get good ideas. And a lot of people nowadays don't want to listen to these things. They don't want to listen, and they don't want to hear other people out just because they think that Trump is a bad guy. Man, me going on these rants, wow. Focusing on the energy policy of Mexico right now, trying to invest more into fossil energies. We have a lot of coal. honestly, so we can afford to honestly to do all this. So I am going to build 20 new fossil energy plants across the entire country. It's going to take about 12 months and 40,000 federal employees. James Lee, come on. What's my channel called? Come on. I have an idea what it should do. Well, I mean, you can't you can't talk about American politics without talking about the president. It doesn't matter if it's Obama or Trump. I mean, if you at least like just have like open opinion, like you're gonna get some good things done. Doesn't matter about who you hate. If you just sit there and don't want to talk about something just because you hate the guy, you're not gonna get anything done. I am going to build some main highways. I wish you could build into other nations so you could so it would be like a second um thing. Where should I build? I am going to build from oh, they already have some highways. To be honest, I mean, I think we should at least build because the main reason to have these main highways is to basically have so I think I'm going to build from Mexicali all the way to Monterey. I think I'm going to build to Monterey. I'm going to build something to Monterey. But I am going to build it to all right, we actually went through a couple cities right there. That's about a $12 billion project, so let's actually... Wow. Ouch. What is our budget? Wow. It's a long highway. Whenever we have more money and growth. We have 3% growth right now compared to 2.1. Yeah, to be honest, I mean, like, for one, I mean, my channel's literally called Politics, has politics in the name. Like, to be honest, I mean, should expect politics whenever you get into this game. This entire game is about politics. Let's go into the New York coast. How do you measure the value of your transportation projects? Honestly, just especially main highways, basically, the best thing about main highways is to basically get your troops to move from one end of the country to another. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and build a highway project like right here. It's gonna take 40 months. I'm gonna go ahead and give it $10 billion in funding. 17 months, okay, 16 months. What value is the highway going to give? Basically, the highway is going to give you, yeah, it gives you, it's kind of like building like secondary highway, the regular old highway that you used to build. It's kind of like building that. and then main highway, this kind of highway, is basically good to build because it helps your military units go across the country faster. So if they want to go and build, and if the United States is invading, and if you have a sophisticated highway network that kind of goes across and tries to go up here, really bad choices, whatever. But if you have like a highway network to get up to this area right here, you can actually get more troops up there. But yeah, it is basically kind of like building a train. It provides more growth and economic opportunity. So it's, yeah, again, it is basically like the same thing as building a train. And then for 2, you have highways all over your country. All right, let's go ahead and check our Secret Service and cybersecurity. More people are being added. And then whenever something gets added, we can go ahead. I actually realized, no, but you can switch parties. See, I can change political parties. Purchasing power. Looks like our tax reform did pass. Increase company contributions. Be better to rise our work. Swing to the right. Yeah, whatever.
I have to tell you.
Greater funding. Remove all and happiness. ICTs. Let's go ahead and go back and see what's going on. Nothing. So I guess we don't have a lot of people in here. Number of followers 90, but 901,000 sympathizers. Looks like our budget deficit did inflate. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to call for more growth. Let's go ahead and invest some in the hospitals. Wow, that budget deficit is really, really going around. Finance. We have a 4.5% deficit. What was that? Our stock market is booming. Yeah, I can show you Austria in a second. Let's go over to Austria and let's look at this little boy right here. That is him. Yeah, I remember whenever he got elected, everyone said that he was like a Nazi. But honestly, I don't really like. He's actually like kind of like nearly the same kind of party that Angela Merkel is. Wow, we have a lot of debilitated houses. State aid, reduced rate loans. Maybe we can shoot for a reduced income tax that would cost $1.1 billion. When will the dead zones end? It is unfortunate that they are still populated areas. A lot of farmers complain that they cannot even receive a text under the pretext of cost effectiveness. Carriers do not want to install mobile towers in areas with low populations. The government should take the necessary steps to ensure all citizens have equal access to the same services, especially the farmers who provide food for the community under extremely difficult working conditions. Let's go ahead and act on that. Let's go over to media, and then let's go ahead and construct some infrastructure are costly because of the amount of cell phone towers required. Advantages are numerous. Was that about... How much would it do to put that at 100%? Okay, let's go ahead and, for one, let's invest $1 billion to 95% across the entire country. Let's just invest into more cell phone towers. Yeah, that is actually what they're calling for. You know what? Let's see what it is in these rural areas right here. You know what? I can't. Okay, let's go back to the media. Let's go to mobile telephones. 92, 86, 85, 86. Who has the lowest? The federal district actually has the highest. Usually the capital districts, if you just have one little district for your capital, usually they always have the highest. Mexico. All of these have at least 80% in Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a flat 95. $1.2 billion. We do have more growth, so we are actually going to invest into that. That'll take about 2 months. So let's go ahead and get 95% of the country covered by mobile telephone towers. What is going on auto count? And then let's put our entire country to 70% under 4G internet. So, how much would it cost? How much are we going to be spending if we put it to 100%? $118 billion, about $28 billion. What do you call the far left party in Germany? Honestly, I did a lot of research and I was trying to connect it to the party that I saw that was closest to the one that was represented in the game. So if I did get anything wrong, I am sorry. I'll try to basically fix that, because I think I can actually edit the file without corrupting the game. So I will change it. Alright, looks like we do have some information. Let's go ahead and see if we can actually go through with an arrest. I actually figured out that you can, if they actually are buying several things before it's actually announced that they're actually going to commit a terrorist attack, you can actually basically you can actually arrest them, but it gives them a sentence, and you can actually find their sentence in your justice tab. They will be under prisoners, and instead of actual political prisoners, you can actually have just terrorist subjects. Go into if I ever quit this game, I can actually show you. Just remind me before I get off the live stream. Let's see what's going on with our illegal immigration. 31,000 illegal immigrants. Most of them are actually coming from the South in real life, but I guess there is a white community. Let's look at our inflation. What is our interest rate? 7%. Let's go ahead and look at our... Whoa. That is terrible. Our unemployment rate is at 1%. Wow. What is that going to cost? Let's go ahead and put more funding in to employ young people. It's not that costly. Fiber optic internet. How much is that going to cost? $438 billion. What about 10% of the population being covered by fiber optic? It's going to cost $1.1 billion. 70% and then 30% being covered by broadband internet. $47 billion investment if we wanted to get that all the way up. State pressures and influence. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and push for more freedom in this country. So I am going to alleviate freedom of information. We have complete support from the parliament. What is actually the Mexican parliament called? It is called the Chamber of Deputies. It's the lower house of the Congress of the Union. So the entire chamber is actually called the General Congress of the United Mexican States. It's the bicameral legislature of the federal government of Mexico. The Senate of the Republic, and then the Chamber of the Deputies. The Congress of the Union meets in Mexico City and consists of 628 members, 500 deputies, and 128 senators. Guys, if you have not, please go follow me on Twitter. I have 50 followers, so I can actually get that to be higher. With y'all's help. And then, as I say in every live stream, like, if you can, go support me on Patreon. Super chats are also very, very appreciated. It is not required, but it is actually a very, very nice gesture. Secondary highway. I think I can actually build a train. We have no high-speed railway in this country. We can build a high-speed train from Mexico City all the way to... Is that actually what the region is called? Yeah, it's called that. But they actually have the federal district right here. From Mexico City all the way to Leon. Okay, let's actually go ahead and invest into a high-speed railway. Mexico City all the way to Leon. And then it'll be $11 billion along with... Okay. Good for national tourism. And then if soon enough we can actually build a high-speed railway from Monterey to San Antonio or even Austin, or even Corpus Christi, or just from Reynosa all the way to Corpus Christi. What is going on, Rostazil? Let's go back and just kind of keep checking on these guys, because I honestly kind of want to arrest one of them whenever, like, they buy something really suspicious or do something really suspicious. What is going on, Warren Wilkinson? No, my name is not Benjamin. Rostazil just said something. I think he was I've never seen him in the chat, so. But no, my name is not Benjamin. Does anyone have any suggestions on how to fix your migration rate? Or is that just hard-coded into the game? Because honestly, I've always tried to figure out how to raise or lower your migration rate unless you literally just close the borders. And I don't know what kind of reaction I would get if I were to close the borders. Opening and closing of the borders is a matter of security and immigration, but also sends a strong signal to the international community. Preventing entry means closing the borders to individuals who least wish to leave the country. So I guess closing the borders would actually be a good idea. I've never tried it. Looks like our budget deficit. I think that is because we are suffering from lower growth. No, actually, we actually have very, very high growth. Our expenditures has hit $300 billion. We now need to take action. Think I'm going to increase the value-added tax. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and close the border. I'm gonna just to kind of see what happens, honestly. Forbid exits from the territory. Let's go ahead and close the border. And let's see this reaction. Human rights, we lost 13% in approval. Good thing that was not a law that was actually supposed to be passed, because we would lose nearly double of our approval. Human rights, foreign policy, liberties, integration, anti-racism, and controlled immigration are the contributing factors to why I lost so much in approval. Pyeongchang has opened. Let's go ahead and read the daily paper, or the weekly paper. Nothing on us closing our borders. Maybe we'll see it in next week's paper. I do expect that we will lose a lot of respect from a lot of countries because of that, but let's go ahead and check our immediate effects of immigration. Migration by flow, wow. Closing the borders actually reduced migration flow by 233,000 to only 4,000. So the only people that are going to be able to get out is through like illegally crossing the borders. Uh-oh. I did not know that Mexico was in an election year. When is their election? Head of state. Communication. Where is it? Presidential and congressional elections fall on 7/1/18. Huh. I guess that will actually be a very, very cool thing to watch, because Mexico's president is actually very, very unpopular, and he is Did they fix this thing with historical vote in 2018, Benjamin? Or are you gonna call me Benjamin now? I don't know, honestly. Why you keep up? Don't call me Benjamin. What the hell? Call me PG. Is that going to be an inside joke now? Everyone's going to start calling me Benjamin. Call this Benjamin Gaming. Internet improvement. Our efforts in a matter of internet infrastructure has borne fruit. The average internet speed has clearly improved. You can actually see the changes that you actually make in equipment and communication. And so let's go ahead and see our average internet speed from the beginning, which was only 7 megabytes per second, to now 22 megabytes per second. What about the United States? Have they done anything? No, they have not. I am the only one who's actually tried anything. Who has the highest internet speed? Wow, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Well, Qatar and Latvia actually have the highest internet speed. I guess I'm going to go ahead and play to the election. So I am going to go ahead and open up the borders again. Just so I can get approval. Let's go to immigration and authorize exits from the country. Let's see. Approval because of that. Everyone loved it. Oh. I guess Enrique can't actually, President Enrique can't run it again this year. Yeah, YouTube sure don't pay Benjamin. I mean, donations this month have been pretty nice, so... I mean, I can't cash it out, but...
The bill has...
Uh-oh, riot. God, I hate riots. Especially these ones that just pop up out of damn nowhere. YouTube sure don't pay Benjamin. Why do you think I always ask for donations and patrons? I will actually kind of try to, like, change up how I do my Patreon. Honestly, because, I think the main thing is actually going to be giveaways. Wow, I just lost all of my police officers. I'm going to send in the military. But yeah, I'm actually probably going to go ahead and, like, do mainly giveaways for my Patreon, because it's not even to like kind of like make people donate to me, but I mean, it's just like, it's a good incentive, honestly. Military shoot and kill. Wow. Okay, I'm just deploying it to scare them. Get out of here, dumbasses. Let's send these boys up here. Hardest country to play in your opinion? Venezuela. Like, Venezuela is a lost cause. I can probably, once I'm done with this, I can actually like go in and play Venezuela for like probably 5 minutes, because Venezuela is a lost state. They're a failed state. There's nothing you can do about them. Oh my god, they destroyed the police HQ. These rioters are extremely violent.
We have subdued...
So if you give $5, you can win $5? Well, I mean, it's not financial gain. I mean, I'm like giveaways and stuff like that. If I actually like got like I think one of my things on Patreon, because I barely go on Patreon, because I mean, I actually only have one Patreon, thanks to Backstar. So thank you, Backstar. But no, honestly, it's kind of like a just giving, and then you get something, like, again, like a giveaway. Like I can give away another thing of the 2018 edition if you haven't had it yet. I'm actually thinking of buying the modding tool because I actually really want to do a Wakanda mod. Like I would get like one or two of these regions over here in Ethiopia. I would like set them free and then I would call it Wakanda. And basically make it one of the most technologically advanced nations in Africa. I'm actually thinking of doing a series on an African nation, so if one of you guys have a suggestion on what African nation I should actually play, go ahead and give your suggestion. So we have 126 days before the federal election in Mexico. This United States. Oh, I forgot. Uprising in Mexico. You know what? Before the election comes in, I'm actually going to build a couple gas wells in Mexico before. How do you go about raising unemployment? Basically, reduce funding to. We actually have oil. Reduce funding to things such as employment agency and things of the sort. Otherwise, just literally. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating on trying to find gas and oil. Do like something that like basically because usually what I do is I really kill off the people. Okay, I don't kill them off. I really kill off the amount of approval in the scent that I create whenever I do something like this. So if I want to go over here to work and reduce, do it by 1 or 2 stars at a time, and then at the same time raise something such as like build hospitals, build schools, something like that, and you'll definitely gain approval while also saving money. I used to do the same thing to hospitals because I would come over here to health and social, and then I would go down, I would defund one of these, 2 of these, and then I would build hospitals and employ people. But now it's just completely, they kind of fixed that, so now I can't do that. Trade balance really went up because of our contract with the United States. I have an 8% growth rate. It's gonna crash down sometime soon. Our Navy's not that good compared to the United States. We have 42 frigates and 1 satellite, along with no nuclear submarines, no aircraft carrier, no actual submarines. Let's go ahead and no nations available for this product. Okay. Let's buy some weapons from the United States. They have 5. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy 5. And then however much it costs, like, they can go ahead and take it. Österreich, mein schönes Österreich, mein einziges. Get that German off my channel. This country does not wish to sell you arms or sensitive equipment. Fuck you, the United States. Is this our next person? Candidates? So this is our candidate. I basically signed 3 different contracts with the United States for very, very good sale amounts. So I sold a lot, and then I got a very, very good price on it that would make me a profit. So basically, I have 3 different contracts for 5 years with the United States. So that is actually how I got 8% growth right now. And then in 5 years, I'm going to go through a recession because those things are going to time out. DJF, are you talking about me? Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and meet with businessman. Jesus. It's Jesus. We're meeting with Jesus. Well, I already have oil. There's no reason to buy oil if I already have it. Meeting. Let's go ahead and ask him to fund our party.
You're not bad.
You're not bad yourself. So, 98 loyalty. Ask him to become your lover. Whoa, he's gay? He's a gayer. He's a homo. Whoa. He supports a single party. Huh. He likes political parties, but he supports a single party. That's kind of gay. No, I'm not going to ask him. And don't listen to Rostozil. Like, I'm not a politician. No, I'm not really registered with any party.
Yes.
Illegally fun. We're going to have to change that law. You know what? I'm actually going to change the law before the election actually comes in. Regulate the funding. Mixed and unlimited funding. Let's go ahead and ask for a poll. People won't like it. Let's go ahead and do it just before the election, just so we can get that passed. State authority, let's... Yeah, people actually like it, so we actually made approval off of that. I have no idea who Benjamin is. Seize the means of production? Whoa, dude. Seize the means of production? Let's do it. Aeronautical to construction. Sikablet. Can we actually seize the means of production? Okay, let's do this before we actually accidentally... Well, we can. We can seize the means of production. I thought we were selling that. No, we're selling automobiles. What about this? Seize the means of production. That's very expensive. Dylan Taylor is a cuck. Hey, chemicals. Who wants chemicals? Let's see who wants to snort some chemicals. Oh, I'm at consumption. United States. Honestly, I would rate Black Panther at least an 8, 8.5, because honestly, I really liked what it added to the MCU, and I really, really, really enjoyed the movie. Honestly, it had a good story, it had a good basic kind of like just the narrative that it pushed really fit, and I really, really enjoyed the movie. Let's see what that crime rate's doing. Crime rate's going down, but it's spiked back up. Road accidents are going down. Yeah, I went to go see it in IMAX. I went to go see it in IMAX, and the entire theater was full. And me and the person I went to go see it with, me and the person I went to go see it with, it was actually, we had to sit in the very, very front of the theater, and it sucked. But I really enjoyed the movie from what we watched. I'm gonna go ahead and check up on the terrorists in our country. Oh, come on! Jesus. All of them are under surveillance. Thank you so much, Republican Gamer, for that donation. Alright, Dylan Taylor, I'm watching you. Republican Gamer, would you like to be a moderator for me? Since I actually know you and trust you. Your weekly allowance. Okay, sure. Alright, I'm gonna set you as moderator. Then I think I can just, remove... Yeah, I can remove you whenever I want, so if I ever, like, don't want you to be moderator, then I can just take you off. Ooh, crap, we have a threat of attack imminent. Bought a mini camera. Proceed with an arrest. Join the forum on a bomb-making website. Whoa! Never mind. Proceed with an arrest. And then I'm actually going to go after this guy, too. I'm going to arrest him for joining a forum on a bomb-making website. So, 2 guys are under arrest.
We found absolutely nothing against him, and we had to release him. That does not mean he is innocent.
To the gulag.
You found absolutely nothing.
Wait, I arrested the wrong guys? You're kidding me. Who the hell is the dude? They set fire to my house. What the hell?
In light of recent events, we'll proceed to cross-check all our intelligence.
Approaching a terrorist group, the Jihadist Caliphate. No, I'm not going to fund the Jihadist Caliphate because that's going to give the U.S. a reason to come in and it's going to give the U.S. a reason to come in and take my oil. Looks like we did incur $4.3 billion in debt. Law on the funding of political parties. Looks like we did get that. You can retract your message as much as you want, Republican Gamer. I already saw that. Screw off, China. You just want my oil. Hey, China's actually a good trading partner. And India. And Pakistan. And Turkey. I do believe I may end up just calling it a day for this one. I think I'm actually gonna go. I actually want to show you guys this. I was actually playing around on this, and I actually think that this is actually a very, very cool thing. So look at this. I can actually change the name of that, so I can change it to the actual official name of that. You lose approval because they call it nationalism. So Parliament. I think I'm gonna do like just a kind of like gameplay in which I play as the I play and actually like lead my country through an election. But I'm not gonna do an election today. How many days do we have until the election? So let's go to the 17th. %7 growth. Our unemployment is all over the damn place. 15, 16, 17. Let's go to the 18th and let's see the name of our country change. You can do the same thing with the flag. Dylan Taylor, I swear to God. And right here we have now changed the name of our country to the United Mexican States. Again, this is actually the official name of the Mexico. So that is actually how that actually works. they abandoned their moon mission. So we like have this one up here, the United States, and then we have the United Mexican States. Always, 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 whenever you try to change your flag or whenever you try to change your flag or your country's name, you always lose approval because of nationalistic purposes. Change the name of the country, and then you can do it as many times as you want, actually, and it can change your... This is actually one that I actually had for Australia whenever I was messing with them, because I am actually going to continue my Australia series soon, and I actually will change the name of the country to either... what do you guys think? The Australian Republic or the Republic of Australia? What do you guys think? Elections. Let's go ahead and go to Chihuahua. Participation is desired. Let's go here, and then let's reduce that, and then let's see how people like that. I got a -1. Well, so the Republic of Australia. Okay, that actually will actually work. But I am actually going to turn Australia into a republic in that game. So I am actually going to probably go ahead and go work on that. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much, guys, for being in this live stream. I am definitely going to have weekly live streams from now on of Power and Revolution, since that is my most popular content. And I definitely love talking to you guys and debating with you guys, and I definitely will be enjoying the next revitalization of the Commonwealth of Australia, soon to be the Republic of Australia. So, United Australian States, yeah, right. Alright, guys, I am going to go ahead and leave. Right here, I'm going to give you guys the Discord, in which you can come and, oops, I am actually going to do the different one right here. So, come and join that Discord, guys. If you want to chat with me, just add me on Discord or join that Discord, and you will definitely be catching me on there because I am on there a lot of the time. So thank you so much, guys, for being in this live stream. Please tell me if that link works, and if not, then I will just add you, or I will just give you guys my Discord myself. United Mexican States. After 2 months of intense debates, the United Colleges Group has finally chosen its candidate. Received the nomination for her party. She is actually a candidate in upcoming elections. Kind of no scandals. Animals, hunting restriction. And before I actually go, I actually want to hang on. I want to check something. What is our arms sales? Ban on a sale possession of firearms. Let's go ahead and do that. I want to see what happens before we go. And let's see what happens whenever people think that I'm going to... I actually gain approval off of that. That's hilarious. So I guess banning firearms will be a good example of what I should do as the United States, the United Mexican States. Alright, guys, I am going to go ahead and head out. Thank you so much, guys, for being on this live stream, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.